Hello, Washington Commanders fans. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I want us to look to the future, but not in a vague, hopeful way. I want us to look at a concrete plan, a strategy that can finally end years of frustration and mediocrity. One of the most respected draft analysts in the American media has just connected our team to one of college football's most explosive talents. Stay with me, because this bold pick reveals a lot about Adam Peters' long-term vision for building a dynasty. First, we need to give credit where it's due. Our defense has been a very positive surprise this early in the season. They're playing with energy and discipline, far above what most expected. However, if we know our general manager, Adam Peters, we know he's never satisfied. He's constantly evaluating the roster and planning the next steps. And the defense, as good as it's playing, is certainly an area he'll look to strengthen even further in the future. Adam Peters' mindset is one of continuous improvement. He's not afraid to be aggressive in improving the team in the present, but he knows that lasting success, the kind that will lead us to compete for titles year after year, is built through the draft. He needs to make the right choices, finding young talent who can become the cornerstones of our organization. This is the only way to create growth that lasts for several seasons without relying solely on temporary solutions on the market. This need to build through the draft is a direct result of recent years. Peters was forced to turn to the free agent market for many veterans to fill the gaps left by 4 years of poor roster choices by the previous administration. This was a necessary measure to make us competitive immediately, but it cannot be the primary long-term plan. This team's future depends on finding and developing our own stars. And it's precisely with this future in mind that CBS Sports' latest mock draft, by analyst Mike Renner, offers a very interesting perspective. He projects that the Commanders will use their first-round pick to bet on the enormous potential of defensive lineman Quincy Rhodes Jr. This would be an addition that would bring even more explosiveness and power to our trenches, giving our coaching staff a raw material to mold into a dominant player. Quincy Rhodes is currently one of the biggest sensations in college football. In his first year as a regular starter, he has terrorized opposing offensive lines. At 6'4" and 275 pounds, he has already racked up 18 pressures on quarterbacks this season. He's still technically raw, but his physical qualities and explosiveness off the line are the kind that can't be taught, and they keep NFL scouts on their toes. Rhodes' potential is undeniable. He's ferocious at the point of attack, utilizing a combination of speed and extremely strong hands that constantly creates problems for anyone trying to block him. Yes, there are technical details in his game that need refinement, but that's where our top-notch coaching staff comes in. Having coaches with the ability to develop talent is what can transform a prospect like Rhodes from a good player into a dominant force in the league for years to come. However, there's one point we can't ignore. Due to the aggressive trades Adam Peters has already made to strengthen the current roster, we don't have many high-value picks in the upcoming draft. This makes our first-round pick even more precious and crucial. Betting on a player with a sky-high ceiling who is also considered raw and inexperienced carries a certain risk. The decision will be between long-term potential and the security of a more ready player. Now I want to hear your opinion, which is the most important one. Considering the future of our team, what would you prefer Adam Peters do with our valuable first-round pick? Would you like to see a gamble on a rare physical talent like Quincy Rhodes with the risk that entails, or would you prefer a safer player, perhaps at another position? Leave your opinion in the comments. And if you want to follow the entire journey to the draft, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Of course, there's still a long way to go until draft day. Much can change, both in the performance of college players and in the needs of our own team. But the fact that a name like Rhodes is already being linked to us shows that experts are seeing what we see, the construction of a dominant identity in the trenches. And this brings me to the final question. Would the potential selection of a player like Rhodes be the definitive seal of Adam Peters' philosophy, demonstrating that, for him, games are won and lost at the line of scrimmage above any other position?